When you hear the term distracted driving, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's probably someone texting on their phone, right? But what if I told you that's just the tiniest piece of a much bigger and honestly, a much more urgent crisis happening on our roads every single day? Let's dig in.
Okay, let's start with a number, 79%. What do you think that represents? Well, that's the percentage of Canadian drivers who admit to doing a specific, really dangerous habit while they're behind the wheel. That's almost 8 out of every 10 drivers on the road with you.
And that habit, of course, is distracted driving. According to Transport Canada, this is no small issue. It contributes to nearly a quarter of all fatal collisions in the country. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't about small fender benders. We're talking about a direct link to a huge number of deaths.
So, the first thing we really need to get our heads around is that this isn't just a collection of bad habits. We are facing a full-blown national epidemic. And the scariest part? The data shows it's actually getting worse.
Just take a look at the trend right here. This data from Transport Canada shows that over a decade, the percentage of fatal crashes involving distraction has been creeping up. So this isn't a problem we're getting a handle on. It's one that is actively growing.
To really understand why those numbers are climbing, we need to look past the usual culprit, the phone. The very definition of what it even means to be distracted in a modern car has completely changed.
Transport Canada defines it pretty broadly. It's literally anything that takes your attention away from the task of driving. And notice what's in that definition. Yeah, texting is there, but so is talking to passengers, eating a snack, and, importantly, using the car's own built-in entertainment and navigation systems.
And this is where it gets really surprising. The Canadian Automobile Association, the CAA, polled drivers and asked what actually distracts them. And would you look at this list, using a phone isn't even number one. Topping the charts are things like eating or drinking, messing with the vehicle's own console, and even using those supposedly safe, hands-free voice commands.
Ian Jack from the CAA really hits the nail on the head with this. He points out this crazy paradox. All the new tech that's supposed to make our drives more convenient or safer is actually combining to create even more distraction. We're adding all these layers of complexity that we're clearly not equipped to handle.
So what's the typical advice we all hear to fix this? Well, it's logical, it's well-intentioned, and you've probably heard it 1,000 times. But it might also be a totally incomplete solution.
The CAA's #BeforeYouDrive campaign is a perfect example. You know the drill. It's a checklist of things to do before you even shift into drive. Set your music, plug in your destination, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. It's all about trying to minimize the temptation to get distracted once you're actually moving.
And this is the critical question, isn't it? The advice is everywhere. We all know we're not supposed to do these things. So why are the fatality stats still climbing? It makes you wonder, what if we've been coming at this problem from the wrong direction the whole time?
This brings us to a radically different way of thinking about safety on the road. It's an approach that doesn't focus on resisting distraction, but on preventing it from ever getting a foothold in the first place.
I mean, just look at this data from Young Drivers of Canada. It's absolutely staggering. On the left, you've got the general public. Only about 21% of them say they rarely or never drive distracted. But now look at the drivers on the right, the ones you've had specific proactive training. That number leaps to an incredible 91%. The difference is just wow.
So, what explains that unbelievable gap? Well, the answer is both simple and profound. The solution isn't about having more willpower or just trying harder. It's about building a foundation of proactive driving habits that make distraction almost impossible.
This whole new approach is about getting ahead of the problem. It's about training drivers to be so deeply engaged with the act of driving that their focus just naturally stays locked on the road.
So what do these habits look like in the real world? It's things like constantly keeping your eyes looking 12 to 15 seconds down the road. It's continuously scanning your environment for potential hazards. It's checking your mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds. You're actively trying to predict what other drivers are going to do. When your brain is that busy doing the job of driving, there's just no mental bandwidth left for distractions. And check this out. The benefits go way beyond just safety. The emotional results for these trained drivers are amazing. The vast majority feel more confident, calmer, and less anxious. This isn't that white-knuckle stress of just trying to avoid a crash. It's the calm confidence that comes from being in total control and always thinking ahead. And that right there is the fundamental shift. Instead of being in a constant draining battle against distraction,
This proactive training builds positive habits that become second nature. Driving with intense focus becomes your default setting, and the temptation to get distracted, it just fades into the background.
So this leaves us with a pretty powerful question to chew on. When you see the massive difference in the outcomes, you just have to wonder, what would our roads actually look like if this kind of proactive, habit-based training wasn't the exception, but the new standard for every single driver in Canada?